Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into the psychological maze of Ugo Betti's 1953 play, The Fugitive. You think it's a story that starts with a simple crime, but believe me, it quickly spirals into a deep, dark look at the bonds that tie us together, for better, or in this case, for worse.
Now, this isn't just going to be a simple plot summary. Oh no. We're going to peel back the layers on a seriously toxic relationship, the crushing power of debt, and the slippery nature of truth itself, when pretty much every character has their own version of what happened. So, the play just throws you right in, no warning. It opens with this disembodied, menacing voice chasing our main character, Nina. Right from the get-go, we're dropped into a world of paranoia and pursuit, where it feels like someone is always watching, always judging.
All right, so let's set the scene and meet the players here. What you're going to find is that each one of them is caught in this suffocating web of debt, small-town gossip, and this quiet, simmering desperation.
Okay, so what you see on the surface, totally different from what's happening behind closed doors. The town thinks Nina and Daniele are this perfect couple. She's charming, he's patient, but in private, wow. Their marriage is just rotting from the inside out, full of resentment. It's all a performance.
And right in the middle of this mess is Giulio, Daniele's boss. See, he's not just playing cards with Nina, he's playing with her life. He uses this insane debt she owes him as a weapon, trapping her in this psychological game of control that she has absolutely no way of winning.
Okay, so this is where everything really kicks off. We're talking about this central crime of the play, where one desperate act leads to a betrayal that you just will not see coming.
This is it, Giulio's final demand. He's not asking, he's telling her. He's coming to collect what he's owed, one way or another. And this one chillingly casual line just sets the stage for a night of tragedy and violence.
So picture this. In their quiet home, all that tension we've been talking about, it finally just explodes. Nina serves Giulio a drink, and he collapses, dead. And just then, her husband Daniele walks in the door completely unexpectedly and finds himself in the middle of a living nightmare.
And in this moment of pure panic, with Nina frantically begging him for help, Daniele makes a choice that will change everything. He agrees to help her. He ties stones to Giulio's body and sinks it in the dark waters of the lake nearby.
But you know it's not going to be that simple, right? The police start closing in, the pressure is on, and this is where the story takes its biggest, most shocking turn. The question is, when her back's against the wall, who does Nina point the finger at?
You guessed it. She blames Daniele. To save her own skin, Nina cooks up this incredible, detailed lie, pointing directly at the one person who just risked everything to save her. She literally turns his act of protection into the main exhibit for a murder charge.
So now, with the two of them on the run, the whole feel of the play changes. It stops being a whodunit and really becomes more of a why-done-it. And it's out here, in the wilderness, that we meet this mysterious new character, the Doctor. This doctor, he's this cynical philosopher type who helps fugitives like Daniele escape. And his whole worldview is basically that life is messy, it's sticky. Anytime you connect with someone, it's going to cause problems. It's going to cause friction.
So what's his advice? Well, it's simple, but it's also pretty radical. He's basically saying, just check out, disengage. The only way to be free is to stop caring about anyone or anything.
And why? Why does he believe this? Well, for him, it's just not worth it. The bottom line is that emotional connection itself, it's the ultimate trap, because the pain and trouble it causes always outweighs any good that might come from it.
And this brings us to the absolute heart of the play. If escape is so simple, if all Daniele has to do is disengage and walk away, why can't he do it? Why can't he leave the woman who just completely betrayed him?
I mean, look at this. Daniele is completely torn. On one hand, you have the doctor's cold, clear logic, just let go. But on the other, Daniele has this deep, almost sick need to stay connected to Nina. He even sees her betrayal as a twisted form of confidence in him. He just can't let go of her suffering, which he sees as this poor, helpless rabbit caught in a trap. So he's trying to make sense of it, right? He thinks back to this barbarous pain she went through in childbirth, a suffering so huge it changed her. He thinks it gave her a special kind of madness, a glimpse into an abyss that only he has ever seen. And because he saw it, he feels this strange, powerful duty to protect her. And this line right here, wow, It really says it all. In her absolute worst moment of agony, in the screaming that made his hair stand on end, he didn't just see pain. He saw something else, something profound, almost holy, a terrible majesty that he just can't sever himself from.
So the play is really asking us, what is this thing that binds them? Is it love? Is it guilt? Or is it something much darker? A shared madness that neither of them can ever truly escape.
Okay, let's get to the end. And I'll tell you right now, the play leaves us hanging, with no easy answers about what justice really means.
So they're cornered in the mountains, and Daniele is faced with 3 different kinds of justice, all at once. The inspector offers legal justice from the courts. A character called the World demands social justice to fix the damage they've done. And then the victim's own mother offers personal justice. She completely cancels the debt.
And get this, even after he's offered a total pardon from the one person who has every right to condemn him, Daniele makes his choice. He picks Nina. He chooses to stay tied to her, rejecting every kind of societal judgment and running off with her into a future that's a complete unknown.
So in the end, there's no neat little bow. The play just leaves us with this huge question. When everyone is lying, when every story is just a tactic, what even is justice? Is it something you find in a courtroom? Is it about forgiveness? Or is real justice found somewhere else entirely, in the terrifying, majestic, and inescapable bonds that connect us to each other?